Well, first of all, let me thank everyone who has written in emails and left comments on the page expressing their support and their enjoyment of these lessons. And of course, wondering why they had stopped. But my workload had made it impossible for me to continue at the time, but through the principles of the Kabbalah, I'm starting again. I have a new camera, we have better looks, better pictures, clearer. So let's just jump right in where we left off, shall we? Today I want to talk about relationships, because we all have problems within our relationships, but we all seem to be confused sometimes about where they're coming from and what to do about them. But let me tell you this, that the greatest challenge to relationships, of course, is to learn how to be unconditional. I mean, having expectations and conditions in a relationship is ultimately about being a victim. Every time we catch ourselves complaining, especially about the same thing, we are expecting the other person to make the relationship better. It's very possible that something is not right, but if it's the same issue and it's a source of fighting, then being a victim is not going to strengthen the relationship whatsoever. Being a victim hurts the relationship because it injects the energy of poor me, which is the opposite of light. The powerful thing is to look inward and ask, well, what about me can I work on to bring better communication? Well, there's a Kabbalistic concept called the receiving for the sake of sharing. And there are different ways to express giving. One of them is giving whatever the receiver wants. Love, affection, wisdom, lessons, strength, time, energy, money, etc. But there is another way. And that is asking for help and permitting the other person to give. And by doing this, helping them. Often when we complain, it's not because we care about the other person, but rather because we care about ourselves. And we're actually annoyed. We're asking sometimes for things to make ourselves feel better. But asking is sometimes a way of giving also. There's a Kabbalah story, a lesson that talks about this. It's about a couple who had big issues about expectations, and maybe it's more correct to say the wife had expectations. But I couldn't blame her, and neither would you, because her husband worked from home. He had issues with organizing, tidying up. She complained that he couldn't keep his papers, in the office. They ended up on the kitchen table, in the bedroom, and anywhere that was unused space in the apartment. Well, her Kabbalistic teacher shared with her an idea that if she would stop expecting him to clean up, it would seem like a gift to her. And in showing general appreciation for her husband's efforts, for even tidying up a little, he would be inspired to keep up the good work. So what happens when you ask from the right place, but the other person doesn't really listen or hear? Whenever there's a relationship blockage, it's about being able to take care of the need. Whatever they say or do, and being in a place where you are offering them an opportunity to go outside of themselves. This is your real intent. This is the real way to help them grow. So remember, we all have issues, We all have to help each other go outside of ourselves. It's not about being in control of the relationship. It's about injecting light into the relationship. If the souls are meant to be together, the chemistry and the potential are there. Sometimes when a person has no desire to change whatsoever, souls are not meant to be together. The whole concept of being a victim is very strong in relationships, and sometimes for all the right reasons. But if we are not increasing light in a relationship, it's a dead end. We have two choices: to be annoyed or to say, what can I do about it? Being stuck in the role of the victim will only anger, bring, and negativity. So this week, let's continually ask ourselves, where am I coming from? Am I being a receiver or a giver? So I hope this lesson will help us all. I hope maybe you got some light from it. And until the next time, this is Dr. Zachary Prather. I wish you peace, light, and love.